Welcome to We Try. I'm Amy.
And I'm Ethan.
And today we are talking about our recent trip to Highlands, Detroit, at the top of the Renaissance building in downtown Detroit. So we went to the Highlands during probably one of the busiest Saturdays of the summer in Detroit. It was hopping down there.
It was definitely busy. So first off, Taylor Swift was in Detroit. Secondly, there was a Detroit Tigers home series in Detroit. Thirdly, there was Motor City Pride. And it all combined to have a lot of people downtown exactly where the restaurant was.
We had early reservations. As you know, Ethan and I like to go to dinner fairly early.
You gotta get those early resis.
It's our favorite, and it's just nice. It's better that way.
We were planning to valet, but due to all the craziness downtown, they weren't even valeting at the restaurant. It turns out having an electric vehicle was the answer, because we pulled into the parking garage and immediately as soon as we pulled in, there were charging stations to the right. So we parked our vehicle, we plugged it in charging, and that was our parking spot. We felt like geniuses.
Location was breathtaking.
Oh,
it is right on the Detroit River. River. You can see Canada, you can see South Detroit, you can see North, you can see all the everything.
So part of the breathtaking views was the restaurant is located on the 71st floor of the central tower of General Motors World Headquarters. The views are, just like Amy said, incredible.
Our location at the restaurant was even better. We had a two-top right on almost the middle of the river and also downtown.
And the first thing that we started with, of course, martinis.
Martinis.
And we went and we got Detroit vodka in the martinis, so it was like super local. It was awesome. But the dirty martinis, I thought they were great. They had homemade stuffed blue cheese olives. Those were fantastic.
It was a good start to our evening.
Oh yeah.
Dinner.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They were done very well. We also decided to get the wine pairing with our dinner, and we had a sipping cocktail throughout. Ethan decided on the old fashioned, and I got the smoked old fashioned. So very fun to have. I love anything smoked. Always a sucker for that, and so that was fun to bring it to the table, smoking, and she took it off, and it was fantastic.
And as you said, it was a prefix menu.
Yes.
So 3 courses plus wine pairings. In addition, above and beyond that, the first thing that we started with were oysters. Oh. And the oysters were so good. And it wasn't just the oysters. It was the sauces that they brought that really made those oysters. They had a tequila anejo sauce. They had a horseradish sauce, but it was almost like shaved ice horseradish. It was so good. It was
like horseradish slushy.
And exactly, it was actually really refreshing to eat just by itself. And then thirdly was a Tabasco-based sauce. And all 3 of those were just
so good.
Absolutely incredible. I wish we each of us had 3 more oysters to dip them in.
Yeah, the oysters were from Washington State, so they were really good. Just so easy to go down. And it also came with some really yummy bread. I would say it was like a brioche sort of bread with some of the flaky salt on top with whipped butter. It was spectacular.
And then that led us to the first course. So the first course, for me, I got a beet salad. And the beet salad was so good. I mean, I like beets. Not everybody's a fan of beets, but I really enjoy the taste of beets. So it came with like a cream sauce and then also 2 strawberries. And all the flavors combined were just so good. I enjoyed it.
I had a bite of his. It was quite delicious. I'm not the biggest beet fan, but that could convert me.
And the wine pairing was with a Sauvignon Blanc, which had a really cool backstory. Yeah. So we got to hear that. It was awesome.
More about our sommelier later, Kevin. He was fantastic. He would share with us stories about the wine that we were drinking and some of the history of like the winery. I had the gem lettuce as my first course. Now it was gem lettuce with almost like a green goddess dressing. I also had some bacon and smoked blue cheese. It was fantastic. Ethan enjoyed a few bites as well.
Yeah, I had to have some blue cheese and bacon. Are you kidding me?
It was really good. It was a really nice, light way to start the meal. So my wine pairing was a Sauvignon Blanc as well, I believe. And it was really crisp, really refreshing, what I consider deck wine in the summer. So really nice and crisp.
For my second course, I had the Rohan duck. And the Rohan duck was served with an awesome sauce, also on a bed of mushrooms. And the wine pairing was a Pinot Noir. And
Ethan's favorite.
I mean, my favorite red. It was so good. The wine pairing was perfect. The flavor of the duck, I love duck. I think it's such a unique thing, so whenever duck's on a menu, I have to get it. And then the mushrooms was just like, brought it to the next level.
My second course was the halloumi. So I am a sucker for halloumi. I think it's fantastic. It came with some sort of like mint situation, some lemon. I don't know. It was so good. There was 3 pieces of halloumi and they were cooked perfectly. Mine also came with like a Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio sort of wine. I don't remember the exact type of wine, but it was like a nice crisp white. Ethan had a few bites and it was spectacular.
Halloumi is so good. And then that led us to our third course.
Our third course.
High rollers here. We're getting 3-course meals.
We actually got 4.
Well, we got 5 course
actually.
if you think about it, but you know,
It's all a numbers game.
It's all a numbers game. So for my third course, I got red snapper.
It was so good.
Red snapper. It had potatoes in it. It had a sauce that was made from clam chowder. I don't know. It was fantastic. I enjoyed it so much. And my third glass of wine was actually a Chardonnay.
We had the same wine.
We did. We had the same for the third.
Because I had the scallops, and so they went very well. He did say we could get a different one, but we're like, no. This is what you recommend, Kevin.
That's what we're getting,
We will take it. Yeah. I had the scallops. They were fantastic. It was 3 scallops. Came with some mushrooms, oxtail, and also broccoli. It was so good, but I gotta say, Ethan's was better. Mine was great, don't get me wrong, but his seasoning, and we were trying to talk about it with our sommelier, we think there was like a celery dust or I don't know, something about it. So we had a milk chocolate like creme, and it was very good. It was like a chocolate mousse, and then it had a peanut butter ice cream sandwich cookie on the side.
Get out of here.
It was so good.
It was so good. The dessert was fantastic.
We were actually somewhat celebrating our anniversary, and so that was really nice that they also brought out a fun little anniversary dessert, and it was like a panna cotta.
Like, let's talk about the service. The service was so good.
Yes.
Our waiter, her name was Jennifer.
Jennifer.
She was
amazing.
So awesome, so personable. Like, immediately you just felt like you were just about to have a great time. Sommelier, his name was Kevin, and he just like took so much time with us to tell us about each wine. He could tell he cared about each wine. He cared about the pairings. He says he switches them up all the time.
Yes. And what do Ethan and I always say? A good service always indicates your water is never empty. And there was someone literally dedicated to keeping our water full. The service was top notch.
So overall, would you go back to this place?
Hands down, we already want to go back and bring our son. We've already talked about it.
That's what we always said. We went without our son this time because we were celebrating our anniversary, but we said before we left, we're like, next time we have to bring our son.
Yeah. So can't wait to go back. We definitely will check it out. If you like videos like this, please give us a like, subscribe to our channel. We would love for you to comment below. Where should we check out next? And we will see you next Sunday for our next video. Thanks for joining us. Bye everyone. Cheers.
Cheers.